Okay. I am with Natalie Taylor, currently in Lake Tahoe, California, and living in Tbilisi, Georgia. Natalie loves My Heart with You by Pentatonix. Natalie, what do you feel when you listen to My Heart with You?
Um, I feel a lot of things. First, I will say I've been listening to Pentatonix ever since university, basically, and I've been a choir kid all my life, so it's just the group Pentatonix itself is very relatable. But when I listen to their cover of My Heart with You, originally by The Rescues, I feel cozy yet uplifted at the same time. It's almost like I was thinking about it a bit earlier. It feels like being wrapped in a thick, luxurious blanket, something that is like $500 or something. And knowing that you don't have to do anything, you don't have to do any work. Um, you can just take your time and enjoy the moment. And that's what the song makes me feel mostly.
Do you tend to, I guess, the blanket part and the like don't do anything part, do you tend to uh listen to it when you're already in that mood, or do you tend to listen to it when you want to get into that mood?
Oh, that's a great question. I think mostly when I want to get in that mood, and when I do turn on this song, it's like five times at least. I'll have it on a loop just because I love it so much. Like for example, packing to come to the US, I just had it on a loop like 5 to 10 times just because it made me feel relaxed, but also motivated to get packing done. which sounds like which sounds kind of terrible in a way to like use this song to get something else done, but for me it worked and did the trick.
So packing must be kind of like a little meditative for you, or somewhat slow in a way, because this isn't a kind of like super fast paced, like energetic song that gets you to like do a thing in a kind of, your stereotypical way really fast. It's like the packing here would be like slowly folding the clothes, putting them in, kind of a very like, yeah.
Oh honey, no, I'm not a it's quite the opposite. For me, like packing causes me some anxiety just because there's lots to think about and I tend to overthink when it comes to packing. So when I put on My Heart with You, it's something that just calms me down and kind of makes me stop overthinking about like pointless crap when it comes to packing. So for me, it was a way to think about something else and just kind of relax me at the same time, doing something that is otherwise stressful.
hmm I thought like when I was listening to it that it, so I don't listen to a lot of pentatonics, and I will usually listen to a lot more like loud whatever stuff. And thus this was new to me, but like the negative space in that song where they sing and then silence and they sing and then silence. And then I
Yeah,
really enjoyed that. Like
yeah.
what is your experience with having this, having the song go into actual complete silences?
Oh, I love it. I mean, it just at the beginning of the song too, where the entire song, and I think you'll agree, they take their time throughout, which is kind of it's magical in a way. Like it's hard to describe. Uh, it almost feels like too luxurious. It almost feels like it's a song that you should pay for because it takes its time. Um, and yeah, I feel like I kind of savor those moments in between the beautiful five-part harmonies. Well, it starts off with a three-part harmony and then it goes into a five-part harmony, which is absolutely gorgeous at the end. There's a specific word that I want to talk about in the end. When they have the five-part harmony, I believe it's uh when the five-part harmony starts, it's this Mm, it's like halfway through the song and it's on the word survive. Oh, it's so good. Um,
Okay.
yeah, but in terms of the pauses, it just makes you really appreciate how beautiful the song is, and also makes you appreciate, I love a cappella music and I always have, but it really makes you appreciate the human voice, especially in the absence of musical instruments.
If you have you met any other people that love this song as much as you do?
No, I haven't. I'm
Okay.
sure they exist though.
I'm sure there's a lot of them, yeah. Um, how do you think that conversation could go with if you're in a room with like two or three other people that love that song and you're sort of re-listening to the favorite parts and um just enjoying it?
Uh, well, if it's two or three other people in the room, I would bet that at least one of them was a former choir kid.
Yeah.
I feel like that's a good bet. Um, yeah, I don't really know how the conversation would go, but this song uh is pretty heavy emotionally, at least like for me. I feel a lot of things when I'm listening to it, so I feel like we would have a lot to discuss. I can't, yeah.
Is there any geographical connection you have to like when you listen to it when you're living in Tbilisi and when you listen to it when you're in California, is the experience different? Is one closer than the other?
Oh wow. No, I wouldn't say it's different. I feel everything I feel with this song mm, just as strongly, uh, regardless of where I am.
Off the top of your head, would you be able to name a song that's like the complete opposite of My Heart With You that you just love also?
um, yeah, probably anything by Earth, which is a doom metal band.
Okay.
So I can't really name a song off the top of my head, but it's quite the opposite. Have a listen to Earth if you haven't already. You'll see.
Okay. Natalie, thank you very much.
Thank you, Constantine. This was a pleasure.